I hope that you know where you are.
No, it's we're in the fall, my favorite season of the year.
Absolutely.
It's getting crisp outside. I mean, it was
especially today. It's a little
high 30s when I got up this morning, so it was,
that'll wake you up.
It'll wake you up real quick, but no heat in the house yet.
Yeah, you're holding off.
That's how you toughen up right now.
I'm not going to comment, but anyway, where are you? You're at MoJo Whiskey Bar right now, and thank you for tuning in. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. We're on a drive to get to 100 subscribers. I hope you're going to be one of them. So this one is, I picked this one a little bit on purpose because I heard you grew some red corn.
I did grow some red corn. It's amazing. It's interested to see what can be done with that stuff.
Well, stay tuned. We might find out.
Yeah, that's going to be
We're definitely going to find out.
We're definitely going to find out one way or another.
Yeah, we may not share it with you, but we're going to find out. But I picked both of these because they're both bourbons, and the predominant ingredient in both of these is red corn. Yeah. And, well, I've had both of these. As you can tell, both these bottles are nearing completion. But I've had a few. Have you had any? You've tried this one before.
I have tried it, yeah.
But have you had many beyond this?
No.
I mean,
that's what I've had.
It's interesting to get into like some whiskeys that use like a red corn or a blue. Yeah. We had that blue corn one, the Smoke Eye Hill, and that was interesting. So, but both of these my interpretation, they're both craft distilleries, and we talked a lot about that recently. Yeah. This is a distillery called, Dueling Grounds Distillery. It's not inherently obvious. There we go. Dueling Grounds Distillery. Yeah. And the name throws me off, but it's Linkumpinch bourbon, straight Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, aged 4 years. I think we found it was, what was the proof on this one? 120. So this is going to be a little hot, but we visited this place a few years ago. We were kind of making our way. We went camping, and we had the camper, and we were making our way through the back roads. And I think it's in Franklin, Kentucky, which is.
Now, is it true that when you go camping and you're driving there, you pick up as many hitchhikers as you can? Is that a true story?
I don't think we picked up any.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do you pick up hitchhikers when you go camping?
I don't know where I heard that.
Well, I don't know either, but
stay tuned. There'll probably more to that story.
Okay. If they hitchhiked with us, I didn't know it.
That's the best part of the story.
Well, they might have been in the camper and they hopped out when we pulled over to get gas. But anyway, this is a little small town in the middle of nowhere. Like, you would never think to stop there. The only reason we stopped there is we were members of Harvest Host, which I don't know if you've heard of this.
I've heard of it, yeah.
If you're a camper, Harvest Host is a good thing to look at because there are all these different places all over the United States. It could be a church. It could be an orchard. In this case, it was a distillery where you can stay there, park. I mean, what they call boondock. We didn't have any hookup or anything. We were able to boondock. And so I'm a whiskey nerd. You're a whiskey nerd. I know you don't like the label, but I'm going to give you a shirt. Jamie is a whiskey nerd.
I can't wait.
And I just found this place, and I never even heard of it. And we went there. It was a phenomenal experience. A little small place. Yeah. The whiskey was good. The people were amazing, so hospitable. I loved the whiskey so much, and so much so that after I finished the first one, I befriended a guy whose wife worked there, or he worked there, or something. I'm like, hey, would you be able to send me some? And so he went out of his way and sent me a bottle.
It's a cool bottle.
I mean, I paid for it, but he shipped it to me.
I mean, this is a cool bottle.
So
they do a good job with that.
I'm getting down to the near empty on this, so I'm going to have to make a trip down there. But anyway, this is the Linkumpinch. The name is so hard for me. From Dueling Grounds. Let's dive in. And I don't remember the mash bill. I just know it's predominant. I think it was like 66% red corn. I don't remember the rest of it. But red corn is the dominant one. And it's been a minute since I've had this. Because the nose is... I think that proof is coming out on the nose.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost overpowering. You can't get anything else.
That's what I'm trying to get past, yeah. I mean, the proof...
Sometimes if you swirl around...
It'll come right up in your eyes.
Yeah, bring a tear to your eye. It's not always bad. I'm just on the nose. I'm not getting much. I can't describe it. And I don't remember the nose being so ethanol forward on this before. It could be that it's been sitting in this bottle. So I hope this isn't a terrible experience for you. But, it's whiskey. It can't be that bad. Nothing's on the nose right now.
Nothing. I mean, you're getting a little, at least I am, a little, maybe the earthy, like a damp piece of wood.
And I thought I searched real hard. I might have a faint little bit of corn there. It's like a cracked corn. It's not like it's cooked or anything like that.
No. Interesting. Well, let's see what this.
I guess I should have poured this one early. All right, it's going on the palate.
The heat gets there, but it's not right off the tip. But it gets there later. But it comes and it comes and it's gone.
Yep.
Nothing's really hanging around per se.
And the first time I had this, and even for several months or even probably a year after, I would have put this in my probably top 5 bourbons that I ever had.
Yeah.
Now, for me, it's still really good, but I've had so many different things. And this is the fun part for me about drinking whiskey is that when you dive into some things, start to get into some of these different craft distilleries and things, you find so many unique things.
Yeah.
It's back to that question that we get asked, what's your favorite bourbon?
Yeah.
It's like, what day is it?
I would say that, and that changes. That's a very fluid answer. It's going to be.
But for me, there's almost like a candy type of sweetness to it. There's a little bit of a corn note. You do get a lot of ethanol. I think this is. I mean, I remember liking this a whole bunch, and I'm struggling to find a lot of complexity in it right now. Honestly.
There's a little bit of baking spice into it, at least for me.
But I think, and we'll be able to kind of compare and contrast here in a moment. But I think the red corn has a sort of a unique, at least in the few that I've had, a unique flavor profile.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And to me, it's like it's almost, I was going to say candy corn, but I don't like candy corn. It's almost like a kettle corn a little bit.
Yeah, and here's something that's kind of odd about from someone who may have just grown a bunch of red corn. When you grow allegedly, when you grow field corn or regular field corn, sweet corn, the birds are really attracted to it. Yeah. Raccoons are really attracted to it.
Okay.
I had zero problem.
Really?
Or I may have had zero problem with any type of anything.
No varmints.
Yeah, none. And so I don't know if there is something with the taste that isn't as attractive to them as that, or if it's a sweetness that's not there.
It's not as corny.
It's not as corny. No, it's not.
No pun intended. It's just
it definitely adds something to the bourbon. I mean,
obviously corn is in it. It's called bourbon, so it's got to be at least 51% corn.
Yeah.
But it's not like corn on an ear of corn that you're used to eating, or
not
whatever.
Close. Yeah,
it's different, and I think that was the appeal for me because I don't. This is going back into the memory banks. This might have been. It's definitely one of the first handful or so of craft distilleries that I had. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's different. Yeah. That's fun. It's not the same old stuff. And I think that was part of the appeal. I still like it. I don't like it as much today as I did a few years ago. But it's good. And I love the people at Dueling Grounds were so phenomenal. Yeah. And I'm going to say, I don't know this, but my bottle, as you can see, it's damn near empty.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's influencing some of the things. I'm definitely, next time I'm in the area, which I don't go to Franklin, Kentucky that often, but I'd be down to go make a special trip there one day.
Yeah.
I'd buy another bottle.
Yeah, I know it's good.
It's good. It's just, it's not as. My memory of it is more fun than my current experience with it.
If that makes sense. No, it's fair. Yeah,
yeah. And so we're running the risk on this next one, also a damn near empty bottle. But you've had this before. This is Jimmy Red Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is from High Wire Distilling Company. This is in Charleston, South Carolina. Maybe we should have started with this one because it's lower proof. So 47.5, which is 93 proof. Is that right? I think my math. No, 95 proof. Sorry. Check my math. We're a few videos in. I could be off.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into this one. And this is also a red corn variety. And I don't remember the mash bill specifically. It's got some tasting notes listed. I didn't commit them to memory.
Now, right out of the gate, this has a sweeter... No, this is much sweeter. There is a baked goods of some type.
Yeah, but it's not a pie.
It's not a pie. No, that's what I'm saying.
It's a pastry.
It's a pastry of some kind. It's not a pie. It's not overly fruity.
It's almost like a scone.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's not just a plain scone.
I don't think what.
I haven't had a lot of variations. There's a scone I've had before. It's like a cinnamon scone, maybe. So it's like almost like a dry pastry, more so. Like we talked.
Very flaky.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting off of this.
Like I can imagine it's the type of pastry that you would eat and you chew on a little bit and it gets stuck in your teeth and you have to get your finger down there and dig it out.
There's not fruit in this, and it's not that
overbearing
corn nose to it either.
Yeah, I think scone, like a cinnamon scone, is probably the best I would use to describe it. Definitely a pastry. All right, go. It's so different than the nose for me. I don't know. There's that pastry.
Yeah, it's back.
Not at first, though.
No.
It was kind of fruity on the front.
And the heat kind of hangs around the front of your tongue. It doesn't travel as much, at least for me, it doesn't travel as back, but it hangs around there on the front a little bit. I mean, it's not overbearing. But
it's almost like an apricot or a plum on the very, very front, and that fades really quick. And then that pastry, like I chewed on a scone or chewed up a scone, and I've got the remnants stuck in my teeth. I realize these descriptions are probably not all that appetizing, but you can probably relate to what we're saying. To me, that's what's like the lingering taste.
Yeah, and it's
there's a little bit of heat on the front,
a little bit.
But that goes really quick, too.
It does. The fruit, to me, is like something from like a stone fruit.
Yeah.
That you would pick right off the tree.
Like a peach or a plum. Not a peach for me. It was more like a plum.
Yeah, a plum, apricot. Something that has that softer feel right out of the gate.
Yep.
And you pick it from the tree and you eat it right there. You don't take it indoors. You don't do anything with it. You just eat it right there.
Yep.
But it's
not. Could be a Bing cherry almost too.
Could be a Bing cherry. But yeah, the plum is kind of where I'm going with it.
I think plum too. That's what's like.
Yeah, the plum is there.
Not a tart plum, like one that's like been on the tree and it's like it's ripe. If you don't pick it, it's going to fall.
Right. It's that purplish plum that's almost purple inside.
It's soft when you pick it off the tree. It's a little squishy in your hand. I mean, it's good. I mean, but now that you've had both of these, or let me say my opinion, and you can share yours. I feel like you can see or taste the similarities in the red corn.
You can. They're there.
I mean, there's vast differences between the two, but you can tell that red corn is in both of them because there is something about them both that's like, okay, these are similar.
Yeah, if you had a Buffalo Trace, just for example.
Yeah.
The difference in the corn alone would stand out like night and day.
Yes.
I mean, these have, and he's correct, they have a very similar nose. Now, obviously, the noses, you can tell this is different than this, but there is that hint of, you know what the base of this is right out of the bat, where Buffalo Trace would be different because it would have more of that buttery corn to it that this just isn't going to have. I mean, I think you're right. I think that red corn changes the profile.
Well, that's what I love about these craft distillers is that they're like tinkering with ingredients that the big boys wouldn't. Messing with red corn.
For a red distiller or a small batch distiller, they were brave enough to go out and invest money.
Yeah.
To do this.
Somebody had a vision.
In a hope that it turns out.
And so much so that it might have inspired other people to explore other things one day. We'll say.
But I think they're both good. I would definitely drink these again. I mean, there's
the Jimmy Red's really good.
The Jimmy Red's really good. Like I said, this is the first time I've had this one.
We'll have to get a fresh bottle and try it again
and see what that tastes like. Yeah, but they both have that similar nose, and they have a little bit of the same taste in it. But this one kind of opens up to me.
I agree. This has more depth.
Yeah,
has more depth.
But it may be the proof went too much on this.
It's possible.
I mean,
I think
this is a lower proof.
Usually, I'm a high proof guy, but I do feel that the proof might have gotten in the way on this one.
Yeah, agree.
But anyway, support your craft distillers. Go out there and learn more about their product. I know that these guys are making their own stuff. I'm pretty sure these guys are making their own stuff.
Yeah.
But just go find these people because they're going to be excited that you came and checked them out.
They'll be open and honest with you.
They're going to be open and honest. Completely. They're going to share. They're going to be, like I said, they're just going to be excited that you came and spent your time and some of your dollars to enjoy what they're doing. And they're passionate about what they're doing. And they're doing things different, right? I think they're moving the bar in whiskey. And I think this is the cool thing. So, not to get too in the weeds here, and I know we're almost at the end of our time for today, but I read about this. There was a case in Texas recently. I think it was Texas. Whiskey Tribe. You follow that guy?
Mm-hmm.
Different channel, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
But he shared a case in, I think it was Texas again, where
tell me you hear that.
That's a cat.
Okay.
Yes.
Thought, boy, this
it's our cat. He's what's a part of the action. He's not getting attention from somewhere else, so just hang in there. But there was a case in Texas that might start opening the door up for a home distillation.
Awesome.
Now, it was on that case, not been decided at a federal level yet. So could be some cool things that happen on that front. So
could be interesting.
Paying attention. So anyway, thank you all. I appreciate you all tuning in to MoJo Whiskey Bar. As always, like, share, and subscribe. You know that you love whiskey, or you know someone who loves whiskey, so make sure that they're checking us out on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, and I think that's all the places.
I think that's it. Today it is.
All right.
So, but hey, take care. We will see you the next time.
All right. Thank you.